look at the Nevi'im, the prophets, we have the 4 early prophets, Joshua, Judges, Samuel, and Kings. Samuel and Kings are actually 2 volumes. It was very long, so they had to split into 2, but they were considered as 1. And then the 4 later prophets were Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and the 12 minor prophets. The 12 minor prophets were a lot shorter, so they combined it into 1 book, and it's considered as 1. And then we have the writings, which are included the 5 Megillot that we read throughout the year, the Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, Keholet, Ruth, Eicha, and Esther. Job, Proverbs, and Psalms are also part of it, and they're actually considered the book of truth, because if you take the Hebrew words of them, Iyov, Mishlei, and Tehillim, if you take the first letter of each of those words, we come up with the word Emet, Aleph Mem Taf, Iyov, Mishlei, Tehillim, the book of truth. And then following that, we have the Daniel, Ezra, Nehemiah, and the Chronicles, who are also part of the writings. Now, if you actually counted all the books that I just have up here, if you were actually following along, there were 25. So Ezra and Nehemiah are considered 1 book. They each, one of the reasons, there are a couple of reasons given why they're considered 1. One of the main reasons is that because they were written in the same period, Ezra wrote his and Nehemiah wrote them, but they were considered as 1, and so there are 24 Holy Scriptures. This is what constitutes the entire Torah. The Jews crossed over the Jordan here, and they began conquering with the southern part of the city here, and then they moved up to the north. So that's what the book of Yeshua is actually showing. And then it goes on to do the division of the tribes. Now, if you notice that Reuven and Gad and half of the tribe of Manasseh were on the other side of the Jordan. That's what they wanted. But what they did was they actually went along with the Jews to the other side when they conquered the southern part and the northern part. And once they were done, Yeshua told them, you can go back to the other side now and go settle. Now, what we have to note also on this map is that there were also the story of the daughters of Tzlafchad. Some of you may remember that with the Matan, the mother and daughter. We go into that a little deeper about how they wanted a portion of the land. There was no male inheritor there, and they were told that they weren't allowed to have a land, so they went up to complain to Moshe. Come to the Matan, you'll find out the end of the story. I'm just joking, but anyway, they do end up they were correct, and they were allowed, and they were in the Shevet of Ephraim, so they did receive their portion of the land there. They also set up the cities of refuge throughout the land, as well as give the cities to the Levites and the Kohanim. So that's pretty much the quick run through of Yehoshua, and it ends with his passing.
Normally, we have dominion over the entire world. Adam and Eve was created last, so that she could say, Bishvili nivra ha'olam, the world was created for me. Because we are meant to use everything, have dominion over everything, and use everything in God's service. But one day a year, God says, you have no power. You think you can step on the animal kingdom? You think you can wear those leather shoes? You are not in power. I am in power, says God. You are powerless. And by removing our leather shoes for Yom Kippur in a couple of days' time, we are admitting before God that we have no say. God is the one who will decree what will be. God is the one that runs the world. So when the angel says to Joshua, remove your shoes, he says to him, this battle that is going to take place, this battle for the land of Canaan, later the land of Israel, it's not a human battle. It's not in your hands. You're not in control. Take your shoes off. I'm in control. I will conquer the land. The walls of Jericho will fall down on their own. This Yom Kippur, friends, let us remember and resolve that we are not in control, that the Almighty is in control of our destiny, that we are simply able to be vehicles for the Almighty, that if we do God's will, then we can be part and parcel of the divine plan, but we're not in control. And when we submit to God and when we put our lives into God's hands, that's when we are blessed with his bounty.
Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming, for supporting us. You truly are our Beth Israel family. You know, the family that really stepped in when our family was far away. So thank you so much.